Hey everyone, Tony here, joined by Xander. And I'm here to talk about the team changes and just give everyone a bit of insight as to what's coming next for 100T. So the quick and overall update on our situation is we've decided to bench Boostio from the roster. Obviously, it was a really hard decision. I think to go into it a bit, obviously everybody on the team loves Kel a lot. And we definitely value him a lot as a person. I think that when it came down to it, we have to kind of be honest with ourselves and address the most important question. If our goal is to make champs no matter what and to get top 2, then we have to have like a moment where we think, is it possible? Like what are the chances that we can do it? And then what is the chance that we can do it with this 5? Overall, myself and just management in general kind of had that conversation. And we felt that overall, given where we feel we were headed and where Boostie's overall performance was, that we had to essentially consider the change. After a lot of talking, we ended up kind of finally deciding that was the right choice to make sure that we put ourselves in the best position to get top 2. Because at this point, that's kind of like our win condition per se to be able to get to champs. So we felt like taking a risk and bringing in a player with a lot of potential would be the best route for us. Obviously, I love Kel a lot. I think that he was a really great addition to the team and a fantastic leader. But I think for him, just unfortunately, and the way that it is in esports, if your performance isn't up to par, then unfortunately, hard decisions have to be made, and that's the direction that we had to take. So I do think that Boosty in his career can, continue competing, and I think that for him, a lot of it just comes down to his confidence and understanding of like, essentially, when he's playing confidently and when he understands everything that's happening around him, then he's a fantastic player, and I think that as long as he basically uses this time to reflect and really to try to build up his confidence again, that, he'll continue succeeding in the rest of his career. But now is just not the time for him, unfortunately. And so that's why we've decided to move on and, make the change that we decided to make. So I think the question kind of on everyone's mind is, like, why now? I think to kind of like speak on it a bit, making a change right now is obviously, it's a hard decision to make, to be honest. I think when it comes down to the amount of time that we actually have to prepare, we're one of the teams that have the absolute least, given that, we just got back from EWC, and we just felt overall that essentially, if we were being truly honest with ourselves, and understanding like where we think things are headed, then we kind of had a clue that there's a good chance that, things could, there's a chance that we could get top 2, we could do well, but there's always a pretty good chance, I'd say, more favoring that we wouldn't be able to get top 2 with the roster that we had. So with that in mind, we felt like we needed to make the change, and we felt like we needed to bring in somebody else that had like a lot of potential to be able to be the best possible team by the time that we're at the end of playoffs, where we basically decide if we're going to be in the grand finals. Because ultimately, that's our team goal. Make sure that we are putting ourselves in the best position possible to make champs. With the departure of Kel, we definitely, needed to have a plan in terms of IGLing. And, fortunately, we have Xander already on the team. Xander obviously was IGLing on his previous team, and he has a lot of experience there. So definitely wanted to, when we were thinking about making the change, kind of factor that in to the equation. So yeah, we felt pretty comfortable picking up even a non-IGL when it came to transitioning the roster, and ended up deciding to pick up Kess and then have Xander as IGL.
Yeah, I think this like situation kind of reminds me of what happened last year with M80. We just like picked up a player that like relatively was like new to the game, Nitro. So there's like probably a little bit more issues in comparison to Kel. But yeah, I'm pretty comfortable IGLing. I've been doing it on and off throughout my career, and only time I didn't IGL for a full year was the 2023 version of M80. And yeah, I think it's just like better for us to pick up or not pick up an IGL that just is going to IGL us within like 5 days, and he doesn't really understand our identity and how we play and how we view the game. So I think it makes a lot more sense for me to pick up the role, and yeah, I'm confident doing so. It's just going to take a lot of work, and yeah. So it's definitely going to be like a mixture of everybody to like pitching in. I feel like with a change this late, it's going to be like a team. It's got to be like a team impact, like a team mixture. And so I think like Dan will be picking up the mid rounding. I think Peter is very vocal, and I think he'll be picking up the mid rounding. Not to say I can't mid round, but there's going to be situations and maps that I might be like across the map and I don't have the information that they have. And so it's going to be like a team. What's the word I'm looking for?
Effort.
Team effort. Exactly what I'm looking for. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be. Yeah, I kind of lost words there, but something like that.
So far, I guess our experience with Xander IGLing, I think that like Xander even said it to me at the very beginning. It's like, especially if he plays Lurk on the map, like it's going to be a bit more like he calls it early round. Everybody kind of pitches in on the mid round. I think like we have great mid rounders on our team in Pete and Dan. Both are very, very smart about the game. And obviously Xander can pick it up as well, even at times, especially like, you know, based on what he hears in the Lurk, like this kind of stuff. So overall, I mean, I feel like it's been going pretty well. It has kind of like, I feel like it's kind of become like a dynamic that a lot of teams have been taking. I mean, I think PRX also is kind of similar in the sense that they don't have like a super crazy like IGL that's pretty much full microing everything. It's like a team of like multiple leaders. So I think that that's like definitely something that could apply for us. Obviously, we're like super early days. Mm-hmm. We've had 1 day of scrims at this point.
Yeah.
We have a match in 2 days. So yeah, obviously not much to go on, but I think overall it's at least looked good in the first, 10 scrims that we've played. So
yeah, not bad. I mean, definitely gonna need like as many reps as possible. I think we've been like increasing our practice times because of that, and we understand we have to like have a lot of catch up to do as well as the team and Kess. But yeah, I think IGLing overall is gonna be just like a rep oriented thing where I just need as many reps as possible, especially on the maps that weren't actually in the pool last year, because like Corrode's kind of new. Bind we didn't play last year on M80, so these little things like we're just gonna need as many reps as possible, like I said. So confident regardless, but gotta take time.
And with all that being said, I wanted to bring in Kess. Kess is obviously our new player, taking basically not really the position of Cal entirely, because it's he doesn't exactly always 100% play the same role, but yeah, bringing in Kess. Some things I'm excited about Kess is say to give you kind of understanding of how he is as a player. He has incredible aim, like some of the best aim I've seen, unironically. Alongside, I like that as a general like mindset, he is a more selfless player. I think our team definitely has a lot of people that kind of want to play for themselves. So someone that's willing to sacrifice is something that I think we needed on our team. Outside of that, I feel like he definitely has the potential to flex to a bunch of different roles, which is, he mostly plays like Silva Fade in his previous matches, but he'll be playing like Senti or Flex, depending on the map. So definitely excited to bring him on. And yeah,
King Kess.
How's it going, Drew?
I mean, it's been good. Like, we've only scrimmed for a little bit, but I feel like everything is kind of coming together. Just need a few more reps, like Xander said. In general, it does seem like everybody does have a lot of ideas, and a lot of times I'm just kind of there to support, which I'm happy to do. I mean, if you have like Dan and Matt just like shooting, like I'd be happy to be a good boy and sit on my camera. So yeah, so I did used to play Senti back in the day when I first started competing. It was more or less like I wasn't really too committed to it at the time, but that's kind of how I started, and then I switched to Silva Fade. So I was really comfortable on Sentinel, so it's just more of remembering what I used to do and how like to adjust it for how the game changed. So my like previous career stuff, I started out like basically, it's been basically a year. I got onto a team called NBG, Nightblade Gaming, and From there, through Premier, I qualified to Challengers. The first stage we were in Challengers, we got third place, so we got a lot of eyes on us. The next two stages, we didn't really make it to playoffs, and we don't talk about the last stage I played on MVG, but from there I kind of got a spot on Core from there. Core was an extremely, I would say, like, unique team in the fact that everybody knew what they really, really wanted to do and how they wanted to run things. So it kind of felt like this team on 100T, where everybody has a really solid idea of what to do. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Obviously, being here is probably like one of my career top priorities. So just really happy to be here.
Yeah. So
the talent scope.
a little bit of story time about Kess. So when we were in the qualifiers for EWC, unfortunately Dan had some circumstance that led to him having to fly to Bosnia, which, when we have a qualifier coming up in about 10 days, we were like, oh shit. But yeah, during that time, we were kind of looking at people that we thought would be solid candidates to bring in over Dan. Looking at all the Sova Fade players, Pete actually recommended that we look at Kess. And Kess was one of the people that were available at the time, and we were like, yeah, why not? Like, let's give it a go. And yeah, he subs into our scrims and obviously plays lights out. Incredible player, like I said before. And yeah, we kind of, from that point, had a very positive outlook on just Drew as a player. And yeah, as a result of that, kind of when we decided we were going to make a change, because of that, he was kind of on the top of our list as somebody that, we should trial for the spot. Because, like I said, I do really visualize him as somebody that is able to play like any role, like something that, he can do for sure is flex the different roles based on just general decision making, raw like aim. So yeah, ended up trialing him. Obviously went well. And then made the choice.
Yeah. Definitely definitely a talent that flew under the radar, in my opinion. I feel like when we first played with him, I was like super, super impressed. I think like it was honestly so good to the point where, like, I mean, all like love to Dan, but I think if we did have to play with him in the EWC qualies, I think we would all still be really, really confident. So yeah, to this day, I think he's like really, really solid decision making and all that. And yeah, I'm surprised not many other teams looked at him. So glad to have him.
I mean, I'm just sitting here. I'm just
getting glazed.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. It's just so much praise and it's flattering. So
we obviously have a match in like 3 days. It's definitely we're definitely in a bit of a grinding period. Because of that, we've kind of like increased the amount of prac that we're doing. We have like some team activities and this kind of stuff planned to try to catch up for lost time. And I'm definitely feeling pretty confident. I mean, obviously we don't have like a crazy amount of prep or like some crazy strats that we're going to bring out, but we definitely feel like, at least as a whole, things are clicking pretty well and that people are kind of like using this time to be extra motivated, I'd say. And always there's like the honeymoon phase, I guess, that will always exist in making a change like this. So definitely a bit of a cultural shift and, yeah, just in general, like people trying to like trust in each other more and kind of lean into it rather than, kind of straying away and like, not trusting it too hard. We definitely are kind of excelling at this moment for sure.
Yeah. I mean, regardless of like the last minute like decision like change, I think it's easy to say that I think like NRG, the match we have in like 2 days, is going to be like the hardest game that we'll have to play throughout the entire stage and even playoffs. Obviously, like once more time is like put in, I think we'll be like a lot more confident. With like preparation comes confidence, and I think as long as we get the reps in after this energy game, I think we'll be soaring. So
yeah, so I also do feel confident for the first game. When I first initially landed here in LA, everything happened within like 2 days. So it was all very sudden and very surprising. However, I was kind of concerned at the first in the first kind of segment where like, man, like I'm on the stage where I always watch people play and where I watch, I guess, like the people I look up to play. And all of a sudden I'm in media day, like sitting there doing a tech check, right? Thing is, like the first time I sat there, it felt right. You know what I mean? Like it didn't feel like it was anything different, and it felt like it was somewhere I belonged. So I'm not really too concerned about being on the stage for the first time. So if that gives a vote of confidence to anyone, it'll be something new for sure because you guys haven't made a roster change in a while. But I hope you guys look forward to watching us play as a new like roster or new iteration of a roster, and I hope we can produce the results that we should be producing.
Yeah, I mean, and as for me, as like as the new IGL, I feel like a lot of like question marks are gonna be around then. So like, I'd say like, yeah, just give me time. I'm confident in myself, so as long as like I have that and I have this team around me, I think that's all I really need, and I think we'll be really, really good for playoffs. And love you guys. Thank you for supporting.
I would say things to be excited for 100% is obviously, we're taking a bit of a risk in changing the roster. But, with that risk, we bring in one of the highest potential players in my mind. And we've made obviously some changes that we feel will be better for the team overall. So I think if you kind of follow that train of thought and understand that, we're bringing in more firepower, kind of changing up our culture a bit and trying to push things as hard as we can in the right direction. We feel like it's a risk that will make us better, even in the short term. Obviously, with more time, we'll only create more strength, but I would definitely say I'm feeling super confident going into the next stage. And yeah, it's going to be a crazy one, but I definitely think that this roster has a shit ton of potential. And even in our most recent match, I feel like we're going to surprise a lot of people.